And now, starting lineup for your Bishop Guertin Cardinals, number 13, number 15, Tabby Silva. Number 24, Lawrence Delmash. Number 34, Jenny Fallon. And number 44, Megan Green. Ladies and gentlemen, will you please rise and wave your caps for the singing of our national anthem, which will be performed tonight by Bishop Guertin Senior, Sarah Peter. Cardinal foul, number 13, Bishop Guertin. Our first personal, first team foul. her first personal, second team foul. Now changing the Cardinals, number 33, Alex Cohen. Panther foul number 1, Katie Perry. Her first personal, second team foul. Cardinals, this time will be 30-second timeout. And the round number 1, Katie Perry. Her second personal, third team foul.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Nashua ETV broadcast of tonight's game between the Nashua High School South Girls Varsity Basketball team visiting here at Bishop Guertin High School in Nashua, New Hampshire. As you can see, Bishop Guertin just took a 10-7 lead. We are about 7 minutes into the game, the first quarter. Sorry for the late entrance of the audio. Now that we have that straightened out, I'm John Collins. For Nashua's ETV, it's a battle of two teams going in opposite directions record-wise as Nashua fights back to make it a 10-9 game. Basket scored there by number 12, Julie Fearley, junior forward for the Panthers. The violation against Guertin will give the Panthers a chance to take the lead here, trailing only 10-9 coming into the game. Off of a victory over Spalding. Their last game, South Panthers won 50-42. Guertin coming off a loss at Keene, 65-50. In fact, Guertin's lost 3 in a row. They lost at Merrimack, Alvern, home against Alvern, and at Keene. So it's been a tough stretch late here in the season for the Cardinals, who open the season with a 4-game win streak and have a 7-5 record overall. Pass from Hannah Hyatt intended for Christiana Purrington down in the right corner, goes out of bounds, and the Panthers will inbound it. Stolen away by Bishop Guertin, not able to maintain control. Alexandra Cohen with a nice defensive play, but gives up possession. Bounce pass down deep. The Panthers' number 5, Sarah Roy, got a shot off, and Nashua maintains possession. Broken up there, nice defensive play by Natalia Silva, and the Guertin Cardinals with possession. And only 8 seconds left to go in the first quarter. They get a shot away, and it's a good one. A high percentage lay-in there for Alexandra Cohen as her team worked it around. It's a 12-9 advantage for the Guertin Cardinals here with the first quarter gone at Bishop Guertin High School. I'm John Collins, pleased to be with you on Nashua's ETV, where we've been able to bring you boys and girls basketball and hockey so far in the 2009-2010 school season. Very exciting games have usually come down to the wire. Coming into the game, Nashua South with a record of 2-9. But you know, the common denominator between these two teams, Nashua North, almost identical scores. The Titans beat both of these two teams by almost the same scores, 53-41 in favor of the Titans against Nashua South. And the score against Bishop Guertin, the Titans beat the Cardinals 45-51. So about 12 to 14 points separating the teams when they play the Titans. It's been a rough road this year for the Panthers at 2-9. Ryan, welcome to the broadcast.
Thank you very much.
You can introduce yourself too. I mean, I came on late.
Yeah.
I thought it was a 7 p.m. game.
I thought it was too.
Yeah,
That's
I think we both did.
Yeah.
So we pick it up here in the at the end of the first quarter. It was a 12-9 advantage taken by Nashua South. Entering the second quarter here, Guertin with possession. We are at Bishop Guertin High School, South versus Guertin, and they pick up where they left off in the first quarter. It looked like a fairly easy try by Megan Green, somehow around the rim and out, and the Panthers take possession. Coming down court is Sarah Roy with the basketball, gives it to Julie Fearley. Fearley penetrates off the glass, no good, crashing the boards from behind.
Anchorman is right there to get the rebound for the Panthers.
Yeah, she very aggressive, didn't get called for any foul, so it works for Nashua.
John, I think if the Panthers are going to come away with a win today, they need Fearley and Anchorman to really demonstrate themselves in the post and get things going early, because I saw them against the Titans. They were able to get things going early in the first half, but the second half they kind of disappeared. I think they need to have a full game tonight against the Cardinals.
We'll see if they can come through. 12-9, just underway in the second quarter. Caitlin Perry dribbles to the right, bounce pass down deep. That's Krista Schneider. Gives it up to her teammate Ackerman, down low, double teamed, and we have a foul called. Not a jump ball, but a foul. And it's going to go against the Cardinals. Number 33, it appeared Alexandra Cohen got called for guarding Ackerman a little bit too vigorously, but they know she's a player to watch.
Yep. Also someone to watch for the Panthers is Caitlin Perry. She's really come on as late. Only a freshman, but she seems to get things going for this Panthers offense.
You just saw her touch the basketball. Number 1 in purple, Caitlin Perry. With it now, Fearley back to Sarah Roy. Right there is Katie Perry. Caitlin. It's her full name, Caitlyn. Holds the ball over her head, bounce pass, and a three-point attempt is just long there by Roy. Down court comes Guertin.
Here comes Silva. She'll get the ball back. She'll be handling the one for Cardinals. Say nice pass inside to the baseline, just misses the mark, and Ackerman comes down with the rebound. Tied up that time.
Is that a jump ball?
Looks like it.
Possession now is going to Nashua. Helps to fight for those jump balls, because the more you win, the more you get the ball back, obviously. And it's a turnover if the arrow happens to be going your way. That's a travel, and it's going to be going Guertin's way now. Violation by Nashua. Score is Guertin 12, Nashua 9. Opening minutes of the second quarter here at Bishop Guertin.
John, we saw the press that time by the Cardinals really disrupt the Panthers' rhythm that time, and Perry was the one called for the travel.
Spin move, Megan Green penetrates and gets fouled. That might have counted, I think. If it fell, Julie Fearley will get called for the block underneath.
Nice move by Green to go to the basket that time, and she'll be shooting too.
So looking at the records on paper going in, you would think, Ryan, 7-5 for Guertin, 2-9 for Nashua, that clearly Guertin would be the favorite. But I was looking at that common denominator game with Nashua North, and it was basically the same score, roughly about 50 to 45. Guertin barely lost 6 points, maybe about 10-point loss for South. So they both played North tough, and this game probably could go either way depending on who performs tonight.
Yeah, looking on paper, Cardinals look to have the better team, but Nashua South has lost a couple of heartbreakers, so their record would definitely be improved on the year. Another full court press that time by the Cardinals. They forced a turnover.
A clean steal by number 34, Jeanette Fallon. She feeds it ahead to Cohen, and an easy lay-in. Great defense by the Cardinals.
Now they go up by 7.
Biggest lead of the evening, 16-9 in favor of Bishop Guertin in the white and green and gold, and of course Nashua South in purple and white.
The Cardinals go with the press twice, and they force 2 turnovers and get points off of both of them.
Yeah, great anticipation. Stepping in front of the pass, Jeanette Fallon. Perimeter passing here by Nashua South, and a jump ball. Again, good defense, cleanly played with no foul, and the possession arrow goes in favor of Guertin. That was number 15, Natalia Silva, that forced the jump ball. And Talia gets the inbound pass from Alexandra Cohen. She plays a little catch with Lindsay Spirito, and down court it comes to Silva. Long three-point attempt, in and out by Alexandra Cohen. Nashua ball.
Here comes Perry. She's going to bring out the last possession for the Panthers. They looked a little uncomfortable. No one really wanted to handle the ball, but this is Perry goes hard to the hoop, but just can't get the mark.
Spectacular try, and helping her out on the putback, Sandra Voorhees right there to pick up Caitlin Perry.
Johnny on the spot right there. Gets the rebound and gets the basket.
Hey, you're right about the talented freshman there. Caitlin Perry showing some style, and Bishop Guertin with a workmanlike but equally deadly
back,
2 points. Yeah. I think that's going to be a timeout for Nashua. I think they didn't like how easy it was for Megan Green that time to lay it in.
That's Green, 4 points already in the last minute or so. So she's really stepping up for the Cardinals. But we've seen the Panthers, they really haven't been able to get the shot I think they've been looking for off right now. They've had a couple of shots that bounce off the mark, and they've seen a little bit less, more uncomfortable handling the ball right now than Bishop Guertin in his last couple of possessions.
This is a 30-second timeout. Ryan, I'm not used to seeing Nashua South struggle. The girls' teams, they've had dynasties in the recent, well, my recent past.
Even when I went to high school, John,
same story.
They were dominant and
nationally ranked.
Oh yes, they had such a phenomenal team in the last, I think it's been 9 years. They really haven't had the type of teams that the Gate City has been used to seeing from girls basketball.
They're probably sick of hearing that too.
I think they are.
Yeah.
Ever since Fagula left in his ways, it hasn't been the same type of team or program that they put on the court each night.
I will say this, I see no lack of intensity out there, so
well, Jen Hogan did play for Fagula in the early 2000s, and she was an all-state, I believe, point guard. So she knows what it takes to win. She's found the winning ways from Fagula, but she's just trying to turn around this program slowly.
And just as I say that, and you say that, Ryan, to see Caitlin Perry make a spectacular steal, almost a partial steal. She knocked it out of bounds, but the freshman, number 1 there, is going to be a great player to watch for 4 more years here in Nashua.
She has a great motor on her, always going hard to the ball.
Megan Green feeds it down low to her teammate Fallon. Misses. A tight defense put on by Nashua. Played a role in that miss. Perry ball handling, penetrating down the right lane, off the glass, no good. Tipped and received and put back for the basket by Sarah Voorhees. They've seen that Perry-Voorhees connection twice.
Back-to-back baskets for the Purple Panthers.
Yeah, offensive rebounds, big there by Voorhees. and gets them right back in this game. 18-13, cuts the lead for Guertin down to 5, and another steal by Nashua. They've got a bit of momentum after that timeout.
Snyder comes up with the turnover and gives the Panthers the ball right back, trying to make this a possibly 3-point game.
Effective timeout called by Nashua's head coach, Jen Fay. It's led to a 4-point, almost a 6-point run since the timeout, I was going to say, but the long jumper by Caitlin Ackerman misses. Fast break, Lindsay Spirito gives it up in the corner. Now in down deep, Jeanette Fallon misses. Rebound, no. Nicely done by Megan Green for the turnaround for
once
2.
Again, it's like Green and Voorhees are swapping baskets right now.
Exactly.
These are great teams.
3 minutes to go in the first half. 20-13. Guertin leads Nashua. Nashua with the ball, trying to cut into that 7-point lead at the moment. 3-point attempt from downtown is good, and they call it a 2. Stepping on the line, but nevertheless, a nice shot by Erin Shannon for 2.
Squared up that time and nailed the shot for the Purple Panthers.
20-15, and answering right back and not getting fouled as she sinks it was Jeanette Fallon. The foul, I believe, was on Sarah Voorhees down low.
The Cardinals are really attacking inside the paint against this Purple Panthers defense. They really don't have an answer for Fallon or Green right now in the second quarter, John.
High percentage shots down low, Ryan, and making it kind of look. I think Nashua's working harder for their baskets.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, pretty much we're seeing a lot of perimeter shots for the Purple Panthers, while Cardinals going right inside and taking advantage of their Purple Panthers defense every time when they have the ball.
Caitlin Perry with it, being guarded closely by Lindsay Spirito, putting on a bit of a dribbling display now. Perry, bounce pass down low, turnaround, a hook shot, fouled as she does it, was Caitlin Ackerman. She'll go to the line. 22-15, Guertin's up 7. Nashua with a couple of free throws to try to cut into that 7-point lead with 2:17 remaining in the first half.
Nice move by Ackerman. Took on 2 defenders, went hard to the basket, and is going to go to the line for 2.
Perfect form. How's your free throws?
She is not as good as hers. Wait till she's
well, you can't
very
do better than
intense
that
at
one.
The line, John. She is very intense. Very focused.
Tom King's got this running thing that I'm terrible at free throws.
Yeah.
I don't even know. It's been so long since I shot them. I'm sure he's right just for that reason alone. But
last time we called the game, he said he'd like to see a free throw competition between you and Ackerman.
No,
yes.
Not her.
Oh, yeah.
Not her. I picked somebody else. Wow, I picked Shaquille O'Neal before I picked her. Guertin moving it around, and they find that seam again.
Once again to the basket is Puritan, and she delivers for 2.
Christiana Porrington finds the seam and makes no mistake. And it looks a little bit too easy if you're sitting on Nashua's sideline and watching that. 24-17, and not able to add to it on the 1-and-1. Stealing it right back, though.
There she is.
And they're going to call it Nashua ball. Great follow by Porrington, but not able to maintain control of the steal.
Purington not letting up on the play. She missed the free throw, but still went after the loose ball, but just couldn't come up with it before it went out of bounds.
Nashua will bring the ball up court.
Here comes that press by Cardinals. Last time they forced a turnover. To see if they can force another one here.
Almost like a drill. The Panthers trying to move the ball up court without bouncing it. Nearly got called for the travel. Perry, what passing?
Shannon.
Oh,
he gets fouled at the line. She'll go to the line.
You know, the one time I think he didn't want to bounce it was right there where Erin Shannon was down low, and if she had gone right up, she probably would have had an easy basket, but she bounced it once to get her body under control, and then kind of lost track of the hoop, but was fouled. And
Great pass by Ackerman in the post to find Shannon cutting to the basket.
Another free throw shooter with fine form. 24-18, a 6-point difference right now. Nashua trails with 1:43 to go in the first half.
It's like the Panthers are just hanging around trying to pick their spots. Here comes Ackerman. She steals the ball.
Ackerman picks the pocket of Lauren Stelmach and lays it in. Great steal there to make it a close game suddenly with a minute and a half to go. 24-20.
Cardinals are able to break the press this time by the Panthers.
Megan Green gives it up. With the ball over her head is Lauren Stelmash. Underneath, Kicking it back out was Fallon. Long bomb is good by Lauren Stelmash.
Stelmash hits the long two that time for the Cardinals.
Only two. 26-20, a 6-point lead with 1 minute even left to go in the first half. The Panthers really got it
that
tightly.
Cardinals defense again, forcing the turnover.
Pays off. Megan Green, nice spin move, gets 2 players up in the air, shoots it and misses. Terrific job, all but the finish by Green. Now Caitlin Perry has 40 seconds to work with, down 6. Nashua with the ball.
Let's see if they wait to get one last shot off before the clock goes.
Driving and throwing it long off the glass.
Shannon almost there for the rebound, but the Cardinals come up with it. Fairley just missed the shot that time.
Fairley with the long shot. Good feed to off the glass by Fallon, and she's fouled, or Megan Green was fouled on the rebound. I think it's going to go against offensive foul.
The Cardinals, I believe.
Yeah.
Looks like Green probably got called for that foul, going for the loose ball.
So they got 19.7 seconds left to the Panthers to try to cut into the 6-point lead, 26-20. Guertin leads, but you wouldn't know it by this full court press they put on here. It's paid off a few times. Now the Panthers work it down court, 10 seconds to go. Caitlin Perry with it.
Ackerman had Snyder before they broke the press, but this didn't get her the ball.
4 seconds, and number 4 launches it.
Ackerman has the ball underneath the basket, but just couldn't get the shot off in time.
Right, nice try. Working overtime there, Caitlin Ackerman ran out of time. And we have ended the first half on that note, 26-20. Both teams will go to the locker rooms. And I guess we'll take a break. This is not a live broadcast, correct, Frank? Yes, we are halftime here at Bishop Guertin High School. John, Ryan, Frank, we're gang's all here. Our executive producer, Pete Johnson. The score at half is Guertin 26, Nashua 20. We'll be back with second half New Hampshire High School girls varsity basketball action right after this break on Nashua's ETV. Welcome back, everybody, to Bishop Guertin High School in Nashua, New Hampshire. John Collins with Ryan Richer. And we are at courtside waiting for the second half to begin. 26-20, Nashua Panthers ahead of the Bishop Guertin Cardinals. Predictions for the outcome?
Well, John, it's been a very interesting first half. Every time you think the Cardinals are going to jump out to a double-digit lead, here come the Panthers. Just keep on chipping down at the lead, and as long as you keep the Panthers around in the game, you never know what outcome is going to stand. And remind you, the Cardinals, they should have came out swinging because they've lost their last 3 games. They really need to get back on track because they have bigger things in mind. They have a playoff picture coming down the road that they want to get into.
I'm sure they didn't see that losing streak coming either, Ryan. They were 7-2. They had just beaten Salem 60-40, and suddenly they had 3 straight losses at Merrimack, at home against Alvern, and then at Keene, their most recent game on February 5th. They lost 65-50, but they come out with their first chance on defense here for the Cardinals.
Perry just could hit that one in the middle. She seemed a little scared that time the defender was coming after. This put up a shot and goes off the backboard, and Cardinals come up with the ball.
On the other hand, Nashua came into this game coming off a win. Ackerman looked like she got a big piece of the shooting hand there of number 13? Yes, number 13, Christiana Purrington. So Purrington goes to the line on the shooting foul. 26-20. Guertin leading by 6, looking to expand on that. As Ryan said, they got as high as a, was it a 9-point lead?
Yeah, I believe a 9-point lead.
But they haven't broken the double digits yet.
Purrington just off the mark that time. Yeah, talking about the Panthers, they suffered a long losing streak, but got a big win against Spalding just last Friday
at home, and that was a 8-point victory, 50-42. They had a common opponent this season, Nashua North. Guertin lost by 6 points, 51-45. and Nashua South lost to their intra-city rival by
Here's Perry.
9.
They break the press. Perry gets it and one. She'll go to the line.
The talented freshman, Caitlin Perry.
That time, the Panthers were able to break the full court press. Great passing that time. It was Shannon who found Perry all alone out on the baseline, and Perry was able to drive to the basket.
Well, we know they went to the locker room at halftime. Maybe they worked on it in there, Ryan, because they seemed to have a game plan on how to handle it. They saw a lot of that full court press in the first half, and right there, as Ryan said, they solved it pretty quickly. Caitlin Perry misses. Well, it could have been the three-point play, but they cut the lead to 4, 26-22. Guertin ahead with the basketball. Purrington has it go off for lower body, out of bounds, Nashua ball.
Purrington just cannot find the handle on the ball, and another turnover that time by the Panthers. Cardinals going to show the press again.
It's inbounded to Erin Shannon. Brings it up court, bothered by Lauren Stelmash. Shannon gives it up to Caitlin Perry.
This is their best roster right now on the court for the Panthers. Shannon and Perry both can move well with the ball. You pretty much got 2 point guards out there for Nashua South who can handle it, and this is going to be good for the Panthers. See what they can get going here in the third.
Roy gets it back to Perry. Perry finds a baseline lane and lays it up. Just misses. Bounce off the back rim.
Is there for the rebound and scores.
Nearly great anticipation on the miss. It's a 2-point game, 26-24, and Nashua almost gets the steal there.
That's Fearley again, playing some defense now on the opposite end.
Fearley, fearless as she goes after that steal, nearly gets it. That could have given Nashua a chance to even up the game at 26-all. They trail only by 2 points. Guertin feeling a bit of a loss of momentum, I'm sure, here early in the second half. We play 8-minute quarters in high school basketball. We're 2 minutes into the third quarter. Guertin trying to get some more breathing room. Almost stolen away there by Ackerman.
Right now, Bishop Guertin is feeling the pressure, only with a 2-point lead.
And it is stolen away by Ackerman this time.
Foul in that time, can't handle the ball, and another costly turnover by the Cardinals.
Caitlin Perry stopping and starting and draws the foul. Number 1 for Nashua.
Purrington.
She'll go to the line. She hits 2. She ties it. We had a good Super Bowl talk at halftime. Ryan Richard, John Collins here on Nashua's ETV with Frank Wallant and our executive producer Pete Johnson. Ryan thought there could have been, we have a timeout down on the floor. Guertin leading 26-24. Nash with a chance to tie with 2 free throws. You thought it could have been a little more exciting.
I thought so too, but hats off to the city of New Orleans. They deserve this, everything they've been through, and especially Drew Brees. No one wanted him after shoulder surgery, and the Dolphins looked at him, but Nick Saban said, hey, I don't want him. He found a home in New Orleans, wanted to rebuild that city. 4 years later, they are champions.
Sports is cyclical, and we were just talking about Nashua, the girls, the dynasties that they've had in the past under Coach Fagula. Now it's up to head coach Jen Fay to rewrite her history here. The team is 2-9 now, but that doesn't mean that they'll have to finish the season out on a losing note or that they'll have a losing season next year. Sports goes in cycles, and if you try hard enough, your turn usually can come.
Good point, but look at National North Titans. They're a team that's they seem to be playing the best ball in the city right now, and they might be a team that could possibly do some damage in the playoffs. But yeah, good point, John.
It could be their time.
It all turns around. Look at the boys football teams. The first couple of years they struggled, but now they're powerhouses in Division I. So you never know. Pretty soon you're going to get the talent. You're going to build up your program. And we've seen it for many years. That all this seems to work out in mysterious ways for teams that start off slow, but tend to start building something going in the future.
And as Ryan talks about emerging talent, you're looking on camera at number 1, Caitlin Perry at the line.
She is going to be a star. I think she's going to be something else.
A freshman bouncing it and getting ready to shoot her free throws. It's like a church in here. She hits the first one.
Perry finally gets it delivers from the line. Last time she was at the line, she missed that and one shot to make a 3-point play.
The always startling respectful silence during a free throw.
Even when you are the visiting team, I guess, you still get those strikes. Perry only goes 1 for 1 at the line.
Okay, Ackerman almost had a nice offensive board off the free throw miss. 26-25. Nashua was within 1, And Ackerman was within striking distance of putting her team ahead. Just trickles out of bounds. Now Bishop Guertin sprinting down floor is Christiana Porrington. Puts the brakes on, bothered by Perry. Now gives it up. Cutting through the lane is Porrington, and she lays it, actually, Silva gets fouled. They're going to count it.
Silva there for the putback. She misses her own shot, but gets her own rebound and is able to put it in for the basket.
And we'll go to the line for a possible three-point play. Natalia Silva. She's a senior.
Silva, on the first time she drove to the basket, made some nice moves between some of the defenders. Just couldn't get the shot kiss off the glass, but she gets her own rebound and scores.
And she completes the three-point play to give her team back a 4-point lead. 29-25, 5.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Nashua had cut it to within 1. Now they trailed by 4, thanks to Silva's fine play. Perry with it. She calls out a set play, being guarded closely by Purington. Goes right, nice bounce pass, back to Perry. Launches a one-footed shot toward the basket. I think she wanted to bank it, but she hit the rim, and Ackerman with the great recovery and pass.
Fairley just could not find the mark that time.
Fairley had a good look at the basket, just couldn't complete it. Bouncing it off her foot and regaining control. Purington. Silva tries the home run pass down low to Fallon, and goes off of Fallon's fingertips, according to today's officials.
John, it looked like that one went off of Ackerman.
It did to me, too.
Yeah, same here, but
that's why I said the according to. Yeah, let's see the replay of that.
We're both a little
5 different angles. Bounce pass deflected by Bishop Guertin and stolen by Bishop Guertin. Nice teamwork there by Natalia Silva and Megan Green.
Bad pass that time to Roy, trying to find Ackerman in the middle.
Purington wide open, rims it, driving and throwing it up off the glass. No good with Stelmash. Silva comes away from the pile with the basketball. Feeds Stelmash out high. Perimeter passing now. Purington back to Stelmash. Bounce pass goes off the fingers of Fallon. And
Nashua's ball once again.
Nashua's ball. 29-25. We had a slowdown in scoring in the past minute or so. 4:14 to go in the third quarter.
John, it seems like both teams are rushing their shot a little bit, not really setting up their offense, just trying to get a quick shot off. Here's Perry in the open court.
And she's stripped of the ball, no call. Maybe a good non-call there by the officials. Perry gets it back, but she's triple teamed, so she kicks it out high. Back to Perry. We have a whistle.
Second violation against the Panthers.
Might have been Sarah Voorhees in the paint. 4 minutes even to go in the third quarter.
Go with a deep pass.
And it is out of the end zone. No good. Intended receiver on the play was Jeanette Fallon.
Purington just a little bit too much oomph on that pass that time. She had her teammate wide open, John. Just couldn't hit her in the
receiver
open
stopped
field.
the route early.
Yeah.
Guertin with the steal. They're right back at it. Oh, a nice bank shot. Really a set shot that time by Stelmash to give him a 6-point lead. The Guertin Cardinals out ahead 31-25. Perry runs out of room. She tries to bounce it off her opponent and misses the opponent.
Didn't even hit her opponent. Wow.
How did that miss you? That's what Caitlin was saying.
As much as we complimented Caitlin Perry about her great play, but that seems to be a little freshman mistake right there.
Yeah, and it's actually a very good play, but she should have done it a second earlier when she was really boxed in. What happened was Megan Green stepped back and gave her some space suddenly because she had come off the dribble and stopped dribbling, and then she just missed her.
She gave she gave Green time to react to the play.
But as she gets more experience, she'll learn to do that a little bit quicker when she's boxed in on the sideline, and she will be able to make contact with the opponent's lower leg. 3-point attempt is long.
Voorhees comes down with a rebound for the Panthers.
That was Leandra Piercy into the game for Guertin.
Shannon for the basket. Just hits the mark right there.
Trying to convert the 2-on-1. It was a good look for Nashua. They steal it back.
There's Perry with the steal.
I think Silva might get called for the reach-in after the clean steal.
Caitlin Perry trying to make up for that mistake earlier, just a couple of possessions ago, John.
Yeah, it's that competitive intensity. Gets some players in trouble, when you give up a turnover, you want to get the ball back so quickly that you'll foul, you get over-aggressive.
Very good point. Your head seems to not be in the game as much, then you really want to make a big mistake, but she seemed to calm down a little bit and force a turnover. Here's Roy to the basket.
She gets fouled on the way. So she forces something there. Sarah Roy forces something good to happen for the Panthers. She'll go to the line, trailing 6, 31-25. That happens in hockey, too. If a guy, let's say, gives up the puck and he tries to get over-aggressive to get it back, sometimes you get tripping and boarding calls. Or it's just this natural emotion that you have in the course of a competition.
John, we were talking about Panthers probably coming back soon, but look at the roster. Perry, Shannon, Roy, Fairley, all underclassmen. Ackerman too. Everyone's underclassmen. There's not even a senior on this roster. So next year might be the time for the Panthers to really start making some moves in Division I.
Natalia Silva just had the basketball number 15. She's one of only 2 seniors on the Guertin roster. Silva with it now over her head. She's got the lane to the left. She's fouled and it almost trickles in. That would have counted. Instead, she'll go to the line and shoot 2:36 to go, third quarter. Bishop Guertin chance to add to their 5-point lead, 31-26.
Nice move off the dribble that time by Silva to draw the foul, and now she'll go to the line. Once again, John, it's very quiet here when they're shooting free throws.
Yeah. And it goes in. You feel like you could be hearing it across the way and say, I wonder if she'll get this one.
I have a feeling there might be a late class going on that we could tune into right now with the professor speaking.
Right, I think the professors who are watching this game is like, how come I can't keep my classes this quiet? Maybe I should just shoot free throws at my front desk when I'm teaching class. Everybody will calm down and watch. Perry with it, 32-26. Nashua trailing by 6. The miss by Roy. Fast break by Piercy into the game for the Guertin Cardinals. Silva driving the right lane, not bothered, and she drops it in just like in practice.
Silva, once again, this time handles it with a layup, and she adds to the Bishop Guertin lead.
2:05 to go, third quarter. 8 points ahead now, Guertin. They were within 1, were into the Nashua Panthers, but
Cardinals have really started to turn it on as of late.
And that's a good way to put it, because literally when they got within 1 and Ackerman almost grabbed that rebound and put it in to put Nashua ahead, they were that close. They were within inches. You saw Natalia Silva, the senior guard for Guertin, literally sprint down the court and start the drive to expand the lead back to 8 points, which is where we are now with 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. The last 5 minutes have belonged to Guertin.
Speaking of Ackerman, she's back on the court right now.
Yes, key player.
They're trying to get into it right there, but just off the foot of the Bishop Guertin defender.
We'll see if Ackerman can help her team narrow this lead entering the 4th and final frame. Nashua South with it, trailing by 8. Ackerman holds it over her head, looking for a teammate to pass to. Tricky pass and a good job of anticipating the cross-court pass. Hannah Hyatt deflects it out of bounds. Number 25 for Guertin playing defense in the paint there. You see shot long.
Just misses the mark that time. Fighting for it under the boards.
Sarah Voorhees gave herself 2 chances, got fouled in the second attempt, and will go to the line. 1:36 to go, third quarter.
Nashua South really hasn't been able to get things going offensively. They really need to get their points right now here at the line, try to cut into this deficit that the Cardinals have put on them right now. Just fine at that time. John, it's the same time when we saw Nashua South versus North, me and Tom calling the game. South came out like gangbusters, really kept Titans off their heels, and then really the second half, the Titans were able to flex their muscles and jump out to a big lead. I think that's what we're starting to see right now. It's just, the Panthers start to really unravel in the second half, but we'll see if they can really start to put something together here.
Good ball movement by Guertin yields a foul called against Nashua South. Panthers got 1 of the 2 free throws from Voorhees. Trailed by 7, but non-shooting foul as they're not in the penalty yet. Guertin will inbound it.
Great way to go to the basket that time.
Yeah, it was a pretty nifty job of spotting the opening on the floor by Hannah Hyatt. She went around one defender, baseline, had a great chance to lay it in, but got fouled in the process. Hannah Hyatt, the junior guard, number 25, will go to the line. She hits it.
She hits it and she adds to her lead.
34-27. 35, excuse me. 8-point lead again for Guertin. John Collins with Ryan Richer. Frank Wallant, our executive producer Pete Johnson. Thanks for watching this game on Nashua's ETV, part of our hockey, basketball, and other sports schedules. And fine form by Hannah Hyatt.
And she hits both of them. Here comes Shannon, explosive off of the ball. She tries to get to Voorhees, but ball goes deflected, but Shannon gets it and in.
Great effort by Erin Shannon for 2 desperately needed points for the Panthers. 36-29. They trail by 7 with a minute to go in the third quarter. Again, great ball moving by Guertin. Megan Green somehow has it go in and out. A break that the Panthers needed as Caitlin Roy goes sprinting down court. Her teammate hits the deck. That was, I think, fairly behind the play. Out of bounds.
Shannon that time almost got it for another back-to-back basket, but Panthers get the ball right back.
Sarah Voorhees hit the deck. Excuse me. Panthers would love to score here.
Trying to keep up the court with Perry and Shannon.
Yeah. Perry, leaner, off the glass too much, gets the rebound in traffic, and Ackerman has it go off her foot.
Ackerman just couldn't handle the ball. Started to make that basketball move before she had control of it.
Right, looking for where she was going to go before getting the orb under control. Guertin inbounds it. Sprint down court by Purington. Goes right lane through a couple of defenders. Gets fouled apparently by Perry.
It looks like it's going to be against Ackerman, John, I think.
You're right. It's Ackerman gets called for the reach. 36-29. 7-point lead for Guertin, and they're going to the line.
Purington showed a nice little burst of speed that time going up court.
Yeah, determined. This is the first of 2. Head coaches tonight for Guertin, Kevin Gibbs, Jen Fay for Nashua right in front of us. The athletic director for Nashua South is Scott Insigna. And the athletic director, of course, Tony Johnson for BG. I want to thank Steve Duprat, the assistant athletic director, for providing us the rosters for tonight's game. The miss of the free throw, 30 seconds to go. Fast break, Nashua. Off the glass and in.
Shannon once again delivering for the Panthers. She's been the spark plug right now for this third quarter.
5-point lead for Guertin and a turnover.
Double dribble by the Cardinals.
Yeah, with this many seconds, 15.8 seconds left in the third quarter, Nashua's got a chance to cut this lead down to 3 if they can get a 2-pointer.
Shannon almost coughs out the ball.
They move it down court, 8 seconds to go. Shannon keeps it up ahead. Guertin steal, 5 seconds to go. Green intercepted by Ackerman. She's got 1 second to launch it. Great try.
Just to the left that time. Oh, man.
Yeah. Wide left, barely.
We saw the Panthers come alive in the last couple minutes, John.
That's an important last minute because it gives them the hope that they need, the inspiration maybe they need to make this a game. 36-31, Guertin in control for most of the game, except for a couple of surges. The one we just saw right there and the one when they cut it down to 1 point. About early in the third quarter, I think it was, Ryan. Think that'll happen again? I
don't know, John. What we've seen is a great point. Both teams have had surges. No team has really been able to go back and forth between one another. It's either one team will jump out to like a 5-point lead, and then the other team will come back and try to cut back. But we really haven't seen consistent play from both teams against each other at one point at the time of the game. But great time for the Panthers really start getting going, and they make it a 5-point lead as we're about to head to the fourth. So anything is possible right now. The Panthers look to try to maybe add to the winning streak and make it 2, longest of the year. Well, we know the Cardinals are trying to end their 3-game skid.
Yeah, as dominant as Guertin has been in the game, you really have the feeling entering the third quarter that anybody could win here. So the last 8 minutes will tell. It's anybody's basketball game.
There's always that saying, the longer you keep a lesser opponent around, the things get a little bit more interesting as we go into the later quarters.
Natalia Silva will walk it down court. Just underway, fourth quarter, 36-31. Guertin trying to add to their 5-point lead. Silva driving with the left hand off the glass. Nicely done.
Silva once again off the dribble, John. She has been able to attack this Panthers defense all night and comes up with another big basket for the Cardinals.
And she's shown that she can go left or right down the lane with equal success. Caitlin Roy looking for the same kind of opening that Silva just enjoyed. Can't find it. She's got to kick it back out, and Silva's right there to steal it in stride. She lays it up with the left-handed in. Natalia Silva taking over the game. Timeout Nashua.
Back-to-back baskets for Natalia Silva. This is what Bishop Guertin needed for a big-time upperclassman to step up and get out to a big lead. And it cost the Panthers to take an early timeout. I know it's something that they did not want to take right out of the third quarter break. They're already back into the huddle trying to discuss what to stop this Bishop Guertin offensive attack right now, because they've been able to Natalia Silva, they got to put someone on her because she's been able to light up this Purple Panthers defense all night.
Yeah, so you know what? I just heard Jen Fay point out the discrepancy in the defense that Nashua is not playing as opposed to the defense that Guertin is playing on, specifically on the guards driving to the hoop. Now, Jen Fay just pointed out that when Silva drove to the hoop twice, you had basically open space, whereas when Caitlin Perry tried to drive, you had Guertin players stepping into the lane to take a charge. And she recommended that I think Nashua start to do the same and to stop Silva from getting easy baskets. So let's see if they can execute the advice of their head coach here and make a game of it. At 9-point lead, the biggest of the night. Once again for Guertin, Nashua with the basketball. Key possession here with 7 minutes left to go in the game. Caitlin Perry with it. Being guarded closely by Christiana Purrington. The pick by Ackerman. They switch off.
Cardinals read that pick and roll that time and comes up with a turnover.
Great defense by Guertin. They steal it away. Silva with it. She's had the last 2 baskets in a row. Movement to the open offensive player and not able to get it on penetration with Alexandra Cohen.
Here comes Perry.
Driving. Gets fouled. Causing good things to happen as she goes to the hoop. Freshman Caitlin Perry for Nashua South.
I think is when Caitlin's game starts to really progress, that sometimes she seems a little erratic with the ball. This is because she has so much speed, John. You know, I think once she's able to control that, she'll be a so much better slasher going to the basket.
It's interesting. There's a freshman boys player, Caleb Joseph, who is also a very talented, apparently 4-year starter in the making for the boys team. So they've got quite a pair, a co-ed pair of freshmen.
The future may be looking bright for both Nashua South.
It is for Nashua ETV.
Yes,
as we cover the collective drives to the basket for the next 4 years. We look forward to it. Perry steals it away.
Green that time coughs up the ball, but Green fighting for it, comes up with it.
So it's a foul, though, against Nashua South. That was a great opportunity for Nashua South to capture some momentum there. They had the 2 free throws from Perry to cut it to 7 points, 40-33, and then Perry was able to knock the ball away, make it a loose ball, but unfortunately, South fouls Megan Green, sends her to the line.
Yeah, give Green a lot of credit for not giving up on the play. She comes back, plays defense, and forces the turnover, and comes up with the ball.
She looks tall on your camera. That's because she is. Megan Green, 6'1", a freshman.
Speaking of freshmen, she might be someone we're going to have to see.
She's still growing.
Someone we're going to see for the next couple of years as well.
You're right.
So the future is bright for both programs.
Down court for Sarah Roy, and she just sprints by the field, but too much glass. And we have it out of bounds against Nashua's Julie Thierley. Unfortunately for the South Panthers, they had a great break out there. Couldn't convert.
That's what we're seeing from both sides today. Every time you're in the open court, kiss it maybe off the glass a little too hard. Yeah,
it's hard to take that little bit off, the touch you need at the end.
You never know which way the glass is going to go sometimes. That's going to be a foul against the Cardinals.
I'm not sure what the nature of the offensive foul was, but you're right, Ryan. It's a turnover in effect. And South will bring it up court, trailing by 8, 41-33. Sarah Roy again sprints out of the field. Body contact by Natalia Silva, who does not agree with the call.
Sarah Roy was going up, but she was also losing the ball at the time, John.
She sold the referee on.
She sure did.
But you know what? There was bodily contact. I think Natalia Silva pointed out that she didn't have the ball at the time of the contact. So that should maybe have negated the whistle, but too late.
We've seen Roy's been able to break the press twice against for Nashua South. Now she's up line, maybe trying to hopefully get into this lead here. Can't hit both of them, John.
Yeah, it hurts the cause for South to make a game of it. Trailing by 8, stays that way, 41-33. Guertin moving the ball around the perimeter. Currington, bothered by Ackerman, throws it down deep, back out to Jeanette Fallon, actually, number 34 for Guertin, and it's a turnover, Nashua ball.
Shannon and...
or timeout, or turnover, I'm not sure which.
I believe it's a
Maybe
timeout.
both.
But Shannon and Ackerman that time, causing pressure against the Cardinals. I believe they forced a turnover that time and probably get the ball back. As you know, time is starting to wind down here, John. If the Panthers are going to make a push, it's about now because they have a 8-point deficit on their way of tying this game.
You know, there's a quirk of the scoreboards here at Guertin that when they do the timeout, they wipe out the regulation time and they just post the...
You don't see that in many other schools.
No, you don't. And the regulation comes back at the end of the timeout, which we see as 5:35. So you better memorize it before they go to timeout. That's the key thing. I forgot how much time was left.
You got to scratch our heads here. Like, how much time is left?
Yeah, it's like a memory test. But it's 5:35. That's the answer. 5 minutes and 35 seconds. And Nashua South trails by 8, 41-33. Guertin with the ball.
It looks like
Silva.
the refs called a foul against the Panthers.
Great floor presence. You're right. And because Guertin maintained possession, Ackerman was able to get a piece of the play around the ball.
Yeah, she got more than the ball.
Got away with one there on Megan Green.
But good non-call for the Panthers because they need Ackerman to stay on the court.
Yeah.
Ooh, Green just loses at that time.
Yeah, she must have got ball because it was right in front of the official. But now we have a foul.
And this one looks to be going against Ackerman.
Megan Green will get to show off her foul shooting ability once again. 5:18 to go in the game. If Megan can hit both of these, she could record the biggest lead of the night for the Cardinals. They lead by 8. They could make it double digits for the first time tonight. They've been ahead by as much as 9.
Yes, just really haven't been able to get to that double digits tonight.
This could be it.
Yep, they're 1 point away, John.
Amazing thing was how close Nashua South was to tying it up early in the third quarter. I believe it was 26-25. And
yeah, the Cardinals were able to take South's best shot and able to add to their lead.
Yeah, basically, Guertin has outscored South 20-8 since that time when they were ahead by only 1 point. Caitlin Roy with it. It is a 10-point deficit now for South as Megan Green hit both foul shots.
Panthers are going to really have to dig in here and try to get a basket on this possession.
Fearley kicks it back out to Caitlin Perry. Misses.
Ackerman puts up a prayer. But Shannon's there.
Working, and it goes off of Guertin. Megan Green tried to corral the loose ball, goes off of her out of bounds. Nashua will inbound it with 4:48 to go. Panthers trailing by 10, 43-33. Ackerman with it. Shot from deep.
Just misses at that time. Looks like to be going a foul against Shannon as Bishop Guertin go against the line again.
And they'll call Caitlin Perry for the backcourt foul. Actually, she got a hand on the ball carrier. Not the kind of foul you really want. They're in the penalty, and Megan Green, who's an excellent foul shooter, so proven tonight, will be at the line for the Cardinals. She must have spent a lot of those first 15 years of her life shooting foul shots. Or 14 years old. How old are you, the freshman? 14, 15?
Yeah, about that. Yeah,
she did a lot of growing and a lot of foul shooting in her first 14 years.
Think about 15 because you're almost close to getting your license then. Ooh, Fairley coughs up the ball. Green's fighting for it against her. Tie up. That one's going to go to South.
South. Megan Green, excellent follow of her miss to force the jump ball. It could yield benefits on the next jump ball, of course. 4:36 to go in the game. Ahead of the field, Perry.
Break the press.
One-on-one, and it's is it an offensive foul?
I believe it is. Purrington stands there for the charge, though. This one's, let's see which way this goes.
It is an offensive foul against Caitlin Perry.
Purrington stood her ground that time, knew Perry was going to go to the basket hard, stood underneath the basket, drew the charge. Snyder's going to be called for a foul against the Panthers now. BG will go right back to the line, John.
Yeah. The wheels coming off a little bit here for the Panthers. Trailing by 9. Excuse me, they're trailing by 11 with 4.5 minutes to go in the game. Lauren Stelmash bangs it in. Sarah Roy back into the game. Krista Schneider comes out. And Stelmash misses the second. Rebound. Fearley. Caitlin Roy with it. Has to pull up. Shannon goes baseline. Cut off by Silva. The twisting scoop shot, no good.
Nice shot by Shannon to create her own shot that time. Just couldn't find it, John.
Nice looking, but degree of difficulty was up there.
Yeah.
Silva gives it up to Green.
Look for the Cardinals. Let's try to work this clock. They got the big lead now.
They might as well take 30 seconds or so to shoot it, but Silva sees a seam, and she's exploited that all night.
Silva once again to the left side, John. She has been able to pick apart the Panthers defense from there every time. It comes up with another big basket for the Cardinals.
And you'll see if she's right-handed as she shoots this free throw, but she's able to use that left hand equally well.
That seems to be her mark on the line, on the court right there.
Yeah, it seems like the defenders are giving her that left lane, but she's done the right lane too, and just a step ahead of the defenders for the Panthers, and it's made a big difference in tonight's score. 15-point lead for Guertin. They're in command of this game with 3:40 to go, up 48-33. Erin Shannon through the legs, nice dribbling. Gets fouled, though, by Guertin. They're playing like they're down by 10.
Still coming up with the press. They're not giving up. They're not going to let the Panthers possibly go on a little run here.
Right.
You know, get some easy baskets, force some turnovers. The next thing you know, it's a 5-point game.
Because they know that that's scripted into our broadcast where we have that run at the end of the game. That
you and Tom always have some of those games that, you know, you're just like, wow. Has that wow factor to it.
Guertin with it, up by 15, taking some time off the clock here. Megan Green being guarded by Sarah Voorhees, goes to the left. With it, Jeanette Fallon. Foul,
this one looks
clearing
like
out.
It's Shannon. Looks like maybe held Purrington that time. Oh, actually, this one's going to go against Purrington, as she was trying to get her position on Shannon.
Trying to clear out the defender with their arm, apparently, according to the official. So it's Nashua ball. 3:10 left in regulation. 15-point deficit for the Panthers as they bring the ball down court.
Oh, Voorhees had Shannon wide open in the paint. Just
Julie
couldn't find
Fearley backing in, off the glass and in. Nicely done, Julie Fearley, the junior forward.
Fearley has some nice moves inside the paint. We've seen it a couple times tonight. She can definitely make things happen when she has the ball in her hand.
Natalia Silva, underhand pass, gets it back. Stelmash. Shot no good. Sarah Roy's right there. Fearley ahead to Erin Shannon.
Foul that time, just missed the shot for Bishop Guertin.
Shannon with a difficult scoop shot. Out of bounds off Megan Green. Nashua basketball. Exactly 2.5 minutes to go in the game.
Basket here. Panthers will start, you know, definitely pressuring on defense.
raining threes wouldn't hurt either.
Well, the Panthers aren't as great three-point team as we've seen other teams have. They don't really have that premier shooter from beyond the arc. And when it comes to a game like this, when you find yourselves with a big deficit, it's hard to come back when you don't have that shooter that you can depend on.
Natalia Silva looks like she wants to go that left lane again, but there's two defenders there this time, and what does she do? She bounces the pass to Purrington, and just great floor generalship
Great
by
give and go that time.
Natalia Silva. I mean, she didn't see the lane that time, and she had an answer. Unbelievable. As far as Nashua South is concerned, they have found no way to stop number 15 for Guertin, Natalia Silva, and 15 points. Guertin's up now as Nashua tries to find a way to get to the basket with 1:30 to go in the game. Sarah Roy bounce pass Erin Shannon right down the middle. Misses to the left of the hoop. Shannon fighting for possession.
This is the Bishop Guertin team I think they're accustomed to seeing. You know, that 3-game losing streak, that was harsh for them, but now they're starting to definitely get things going, and it could set the tone for possibly the rest of the year. I know they got some difficult matchups down the road, but you know, it should help them set themselves apart from like the Alverns and Keens and like everyone that's 7 and 5.
Yes, and you know the timeout down on the floor. Looking at the record that shows they've lost the last 3 in a row, you wonder if they were looking ahead to this game the way they've played tonight.
That could be a good point, John.
Yeah.
You know, especially you got an inner city foe that you want to take care of. You want to have bragging rights.
They were at Keene. Who knows what kind of a ride that is?
That is a hostile crowd once you get to the gymnasium. You know, the ride.
Exactly.
Playing in front of the crowd.
Yeah.
And Keene took National North to the wire, so they're not a slouch of a team. They got some players. But looking ahead, you know, everyone's trying to beat Winnacunnet in the division. You know, reigning champs for the last 3 years in a row. They got Tiffany Ruffin going to Boston College. Everyone wants to beat them. Pinkerton and Central are still good. After that, the division starts to, you know, who's going to be the other remaining teams that will step up and try to challenge those 3 at the top.
It's Ryan Richer. He knows his New Hampshire girls basketball. Winnacunnet 69 points against this Nashua South team, and Guertin will play them in the final regular season game.
That's going to be a game, John. I saw them last Friday night at Exeter put up 84.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pro numbers.
Oh, yeah. Very good game. They have a very good team, and looks like they could repeat again.
Lindsay Spirito fighting to maintain possession in the double team on the sideline near the scorer's table. Apparently she was fouled, possibly by Erin Shannon. And the Cardinals.
Number 20, Angela Pearson. Number 33, Alex Cohen. Number 25, Hannah Hyde. And number 22,
So Nashua South going to fall to now, I believe, 2 and 10. You know, but give this team, they're very young. Give them a lot of credit. Every night they come out and show their heart. They just haven't fallen down. They've come out and really challenged teams. I don't think they have the seniority that, you know, or leadership that most teams have with having an upperclassman to really take over the team, but they'll get there.
Some new players into the game. Madison Gibbs, Moira McGaffigan, also Alexandra Cohen with a long cross-court pass to Leandra Piercy. There's the miss by Guertin. 45 seconds to go. Nashua's Caitlin Perry being guarded by number 11, Lindsay Spirito. Going left, Perry bounce pass, stolen away. Down court comes Alexandra Cohen.
And Bishop Guertin's just going to work on the clock. We're inside 30 seconds.
Yep. Moira McGaffigan pass to the left, shot by Leandra Piercy, misses long. 15 seconds to go. Deflected pass there, good defense by Leandra Piercy for Bishop Guertin.
13 seconds to go. All Bishop Guertin has to do is just play good defense, get out of here with a win, as they are big this time.
Of course, South would like to go out on a scoring note if they could with 10 seconds to go. The drive. Unfortunately, a miss there. Attempt by Courtney Adams for Nashua South. A lay-in by Lindsay Spirito to end the game on a scoring note for Guertin. 52-35 will be your final, thanks to that final basket by Lindsay Spirito.
Thank you all for coming in this evening.
John Collins with Ryan Richer. Ryan, that wasn't one of those fantastic finishes that we've sometimes seen. Credit to Bishop Guertin.
Oh, absolutely, John. You know, they took what Nashua South had to offer at the beginning of the first half. You know, it was even close. It was a 1-point game in the third. And then here comes the Cardinals. They're like gangbusters. Just pour it on. They flex their muscles. Megan Green, Puritan, especially Silva. She was just the X factor today. She was always driving to the basket, making things happen. While Nashua South, they just didn't seem to have the horses really compete with Bishop Guertin. They'll get there, but tonight was all about Bishop Guertin as they end their 3-game losing streak and look to have things go forward.
So congratulations to the Bishop Guertin girls varsity basketball team and head coach Kevin Gibbs and his assistants, Courtney Cheatham, Corey Genesta, and Kelly Nolan. They are 8-5 on the season now and appear to be playoff bound. And we say good hustle and intensity and sportsmanship by Nashua South girls varsity basketball team. Head coach Jen Fay and her assistants Joe Mason and Ian Horseman for putting on a good show tonight. We are thanking our executive producer Pete Johnson, our cameraman Frank Wallet. I'm John Collins. Ryan Richer, excellent job. A pleasure to work with you as always.
Right back at you, John.
And this is Nashua's ETV broadcast of tonight's game between Bishop Guertin and Nashua South. The final score for the final time, BG 52, Nashua South 35. Thank you for watching high school sports on Nashua's ETV. Good night, everybody.